of the things that Jaime, Lauren, and a lot of people here talked about was actually keeping a piece of that a little bit more directly articulated through a healing garden around the eye that's been so important as sort of the synergy or the point, the nucleus of a lot of the process that's happened here, from just growing corn to all these other ideas that we've had.
One of the things that has been most exciting here has been the discussions. I would wonder if, in addition to the plants, we shouldn't think about how the people have transplanted themselves from Asia, Central and South America, and from Europe, and have formed this conglomerate, which is our city. And interestingly enough, they live in villages almost, where they speak among their own ethnic groups, but they don't communicate well with the other ethnic groups. And I would wonder if that circular area where we used to listen to the drums and participate in drum beating, but then there were talks, whether in addition to learning about plants, we could learn about the diverse population that makes up our city. And by bringing the people in, maybe by communication and education, we could all learn to live together a little better. And I think that'd be nice in a public park.
The fire circle that is already there is such a great kind of magnetizing gathering center that is just essential to stay there. That is a great place for the drum, the heartbeat, the one rhythm communication that kind of connects us all together. Can be a place where we can continue to gather and to have the healing, different plants and different educational pieces around it is really helpful, and different cultures could each contribute something different to it and make a full circle. And having if you can have like tabs of educational pieces, then to have that in different languages, because we don't all communicate the same way.
People were saying things like, we want to create a physical linkage to serve as a portal from the park to other Los Angeles cultural and natural sites. It came up a couple of times, the word an amphitheater, which we interpret as a large gathering space. And so we're also calling it a multi-purpose outdoor classroom, because we want this kind of structure or site to have a lot of possibilities for use. We don't want it to just be a dead space and then you have a program once a week or once a month. And then shortly after, just after that, are the storytelling circles. And again, there were a couple of ideas that came up with that too. And again, it's a smaller, more intimate setting of space. Again, you're going to notice we're not saying where these go, how big they are, what they're made of. That's really more design, and we're really wanting to focus on what's the visitor experience going to be. What should people feel and get out of this and know and understand and appreciate? And what can go on to make that happen?
I'm just going to throw this in the mix. Some kind of a fire ring for the purpose of whether it be for social evening gatherings or for storytelling with the fire going behind or for ceremonies, because fire is a very integral part of our lives, especially with all the cultures that are today. And fire, it just shows that meaningful experience. It just that giving of life. It just fire is just important to all our cultures. So
what I want to say is that before a seed was planted here, first we made a fire right in that circle. And the reason why that circle was chosen was because when Lauren Baum was walking out into the field with a spiritual guide, a hawk ate a mouse there.
Wow.
And she said that's going to be the heart of the project. So before the seed was planted, there was a fire, and we stood up all night making payments to our Mother Earth, asking her permission, so that in the morning we hand planted seeds that came from the Hopi tribe. And after that, the next day, Running Wolf, who was an Apache that drives the gold line to Pasadena, he showed up, and he brought the Lakotas. So we had the many different Native people. And we also had a bar mitzvah here. So not only are we celebrating the indigenous, but we also came to celebrate many cultures and many different traditions here. So to address that, that is a leave behind, and if the
And
state
it's- yeah.
accepts that gift, it's here already.
Yeah.